Hello everybody and welcome to the first League of Ludos Weekly. I'm your host. Hey, look, there I am. My name is Middle-earth Master, or Irishman42. It changes depending on who you ask, but that really doesn't matter. And this is my brand new show, which I will be streaming, except it's incredibly late at night. But for gamers, that's early in the morning, so who cares? And this is my new show. It's sort of like a Day 9 daily-ish sort of thing, but League of Legends, as the title would suggest. And we'll be doing things like champion spotlights and pro game breakdowns and looking at what they did right and what they did wrong and what you can do to improve your game. And, along that line, things that new people can do, like newbie games, see what new guys do and see where they can improve. And then also, every once in a while, I may throw in like a troll-ish thing, or it's like, oh, I found a game made of all tanks, and it was funny, so we're going to watch it and just look at it. Anyway, today, we're going to do the first on that list, which is a champion spotlight. For one Chronokeeper, Zilean, or Zilean, one of the two, not sure. But, regardless, saw a match with him recently, and it got me interested, because he was really, really good. Probably because it was a pro match. But we're going to take a look at that match today, but specifically at Zilean. If you want to see my cast of the game, you can. It is on my channel, which is in the description down there somewhere. But other than that, let's jump right into this and get going. Oops, 1 second. That didn't work. Still getting used to my hotkeys. Alright, there we go. Play. P. There we go. Alright, and as we start off, we are following Zilean, or Mr. or Mrs. Judy Monica. And right at the back, he's gone with a very typical starting build, boots and some health potions. Makes sense, obviously. He's going mid. With Zilean, the main thing to remember is that he has one damage-dealing ability, and that would be his Time Bomb, which he can put on top of enemy champions or his own champions if he wants to. And on second here, I'm going to do something to... Oops! Now we can't see our friend. There we go. Zilean, where'd you go? There you are. And it really doesn't matter what they're doing at the moment.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
But, anyway. So he has only one damage-dealing ability, and that is his Time Bomb, and it deals... is level 1, it's 90 damage, scaling up to 320 plus 0.9 ability power. Or 0.9 per ability power, I'm sorry. And, so, if you want to deal damage with him, you have to build pretty much straight ability power, plus a few supporty items, because his ultimate, which is the main reason why I chose this game, and here you can see that he has just put he had a Time Bomb right on top of Shyvana, just to deal that extra damage. Like I said, you can put it on top of your ally champion, so they will walk into people, and it'll explode, and you'll do damage. And this is what he's going to do. That's not what he did there. What he did there was basically put it on an enemy, which makes sense. Now he's going in, and in this matchup, initially I'd probably go with Karthus just because he has such a long range with his Q. He can just put it anywhere he wants. But with Zilean, all he has to do is get within range, and which is 700 thing. I really don't know how the ranges work in video games. It's always like, it's 700 X blocks, spaces. Not sure. Doesn't matter. Well, it kind of matters. But the thing is, about Zilean, all he has to do is get within range, his 700 range, plop it on top of Karthus, and back out before Karthus can use his Q and put a little explodey on him. And he is just dealt 90-some damage,
Blood.
and it's nothing against him. He just loses a bit of mana, no health, and he can just keep on harassing it, and he is an excellent harasser at that, though he is incredibly squishy, so he needs to be careful. I believe earlier I was talking about his ultimate. That's right. So the main reason I chose this game is that his ultimate applies a ruin effect to one of his allies or himself, and if the ally takes lethal damage within the time that the ruin is on him, then he comes right back to life. It's like having a guardian angel, or if you're a Nivea and you're that stupid egg. If you can't tell, I have a prejudice against her. So, if it is used correctly, you can basically ensure that your teammates never die. Okay, and here's not really the best example of Zilean just sort of staying inside of Karthus' range. Doesn't really matter, though. As you'll see, he still built a lot of damage with his bombs, because they deal a ton of damage. They deal nice big splash range, and overall, it's just good. He's a very good harasser and very good mid, and actually, I think he's very underplayed in just regular day play. By the way, I just remembered because I did some tests earlier. If you see my mouse and it has a black box around it, I don't know why that is, so just ignore that. I think it disappeared for now. But there you see, just like I said, Zilean just walk up, plop the bomb on him right before Karthus can get the Q, and that time doesn't really count, but get it on him before Karthus can use his Q, or right before it goes off, and boom, damage dealt to Karthus, and he can just keep harassing him all day long. And voila, see? At the moment, I don't really have much to say, so we're just going to speed this up a little bit. Get to some of the juicy parts. It is a 23-minute game, or a 36-minute game, I'm sorry. I could be talking about everyone else, but like I said, I already casted this game, and like I said, you can see it on my channel, or you can see it on the Ludos Gaming Network. I guess I should talk about that. I'll let him go off. Actually, no, I'm going to talk about what Zilean is doing.
Double kill.
Ooh, wow. Well done. Well done, Red Team. I guess I should say who these people are. I never really did that. The blue team is Troopers. I don't really know a whole lot about them. And the other team is Orbit. Also don't know a whole lot about them. When I watch professional gaming, I tend to watch a lot of StarCraft. Hence the reason I'm doing a Day 9 inspired show. However, I love playing League of Legends, so I wanted to do something involving that so I wasn't a big copycat. And also I feel like not only will I get better from doing this, but I can help other people get better from doing this, and all around it's just a good experience. Alright, and Zilean's gone back. And for his first purchase, Philosopher's Stone. Not actually my first choice. What would be my first choice? If I were him, I would have gone with the Dorn's Ring, just because that extra ability power and the mana regeneration means that his bomb, once again, only damage dealing ability. I want to stress that, because otherwise he really doesn't do anything except be support. His bomb just gets stronger and stronger, and it gets more lethal. Already he has it at level 3, and all of his other abilities at level 1, and now level 4 because he just leveled up, showing just how important it is, especially for a mid. And nope, stop. Oh, rewind. Okay, see, that was like, go back to there and play. Oh wow. Okay, I went forward. Right. So we're going to rewind a bit. Probably a lot more than I meant to. In fact, I don't really want to make you guys sit through that again. No. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that, everybody. The replay mechanic is a bit funky. But anyway, so as we see, he's using his speed up ability, pops the... I'm going to Not sure if you guys saw that or not. Jump back 15 seconds. Oh, that is handy. Alright, so play. Alright, we see Darius run. Darius and Shyvana run in, take down Darius. Gets out of there relatively quickly, but Shyvana gets stuck inside Karthus' range. And Darius manages to get him off her. But not before she is at very low health and runs away. As you see, Karthus uses his ultimate. Here comes Zilean, pops on his ultimate. And in that split second, he has just saved his team. Oops, sorry about that. From a death. And that is that. It's plays like that which made me choose this replay right at the bat, because when you see Zilean in normal play, it's usually a Zilean who really doesn't know what he's doing, and is just sort of, alright, I'm going to drop the bomb here, I'm going to run away, I'm going to use my ultimate on myself right before I get into a fight, because I'm so squishy that I'm going to die. So he doesn't use that mechanic. But this Zilean, granted, pro play, but that really doesn't matter. Doesn't get rid of the fact that this Zilean is so precise and so good with his ultimate that he can keep his teammates alive in situations that any other game it would mean an instant death. And so far that's only been one of the so instead of it being 6-3, it would be 6-4 right now. But I digress. I'm just sort of having a little, oh my god, Zilean in this game is so awesome moment. And of course I should be, that's what we're talking about. But so he's back in middle now, harassing. That's what you, and as any mid, that's what you want to see. And now I'm not really sure what he was doing. I think he might have been moving up to help Darius there, but that's okay. And now he's getting to that point where his bombs and his magic penetration, I'm not really sure how much magic penetration this particular Zilean has. I don't believe that's a stat I can see. That's annoying, but I don't see it on here either. Well, that's annoying. I have his stats open on this side just so I can see it. But they're moving in to take down Karthus. Karthus gets away. Doesn't really matter. But here he goes, walking along. And I'm not sure where the rest of the red team is, but I want to keep it a secret from everyone so we don't get distracted by all the lights and the pings. There's a Blitzcrank. And there goes Zilean. So he can, another one of his one of his abilities he can place on himself or his allies and speed them up and give them that nice piece of food. We saw him use that earlier to catch up with Shyvana and put his ultimate on her right before she died. And then he can put it on, and there the ultimate goes again, just in case Karthus decided to use his ultimate and kill Darius. He has just basically saved Darius from another death. But his other move, which is called Rewind, or in some cases Fast Forward, depending on who. Wait, that's not Rewind. I'm so sorry. Rewind is an ability that turns back all of his ability timers by 10. Except for Rewind itself, which has a 18 to 16 to 6 second cooldown. So later in the game, but it has a 50 mana cost. So later in the game, as it progresses, Zilean can start using that and the bomb and his time bombs in conjunction. And
Blue team double kill.
He has just purchased a blasting wand, which is just going to have him deal more and more and more damage, and progressively he's going to start getting stronger and stronger and stronger until eventually his bombs just blow people to bits. And that's what you want to see as a Zilean. You don't want to get stuck in a spot where you're in like early game. Maybe you're doing great, and as you saw, he just took out all of those minions, no issue. He just armed a ton, and that's where you want to be, because you don't want to get stuck like in an early game feel where
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Talking. Come on, I can do this. I do Let's Plays. I can talk. And I'm not saying anything of use to anyone right now, but yes, you don't want to get stuck in a point where, like, early game, you're doing well-ish. You didn't get any kills, but you didn't die. And you farmed decently. And that can lead you to not actually having the gold you need to start doing well late game. Like the Zilean right now, he's been farming fantastically, and he hasn't gotten any kills, but he hasn't died, and that's an important thing. He hasn't given people gold, and he hasn't been taken away from the lane too long, and so he's just continued to farm constantly and just build up the gold, and so he can get the items he needs to stay in the game and to stay strong and to help his team out. Because ultimately, Zilean, while he's sort of a glass cannon, a glass support cannon, I guess would be the thing. He doesn't particularly deal a lot of damage quickly. It's over time. Like, alright, I'm going to put a bomb here, and I'm going to put a bomb here in a fight, and it deals a bunch of damage right away. But he can't, and then he moves on to, alright, you're dying. Here's the ultimate. You're going to get the ultimate, and then you need to get into the fight faster. Here's Time Warp, the name of his other ability, which I think I was just explaining earlier and rambling on about other things. But whatever. And at the moment, I don't have anything to say. I feel like I should be talking in these moments where Mr. / Mrs. Judy is just hanging out. I guess I don't have a whole lot. Anyone who knows, I've been doing a lot of Let's Plays recently. I've been doing a Witcher 2 Let's Play. Okay. Now I gotta go back to the game, because Zilean just pulled off not an excellent maneuver, but something that you want to see a lot. As Zilean, you need to try to use your Time Warp, especially when you're trying to be a Zilean who's harassing. You want to use your Time Warp and Time Bomb in conjunction with each other. So, like, if you see someone... Oh, wait, here we go. We might see another one of those epic alt maneuvers, but... yeah, he's just sort of hanging back. He knows he's not strong enough to just walk into the turret. And so he's probably, gonna pop his Time Warp and get out of right away, sticking with his teammates just in case. And now we see Vayne gets a bomb on her head, so she's gonna run off. And thus, he pretty much saved the day. The threat of his bombs is becoming so much that no one... that and the fact that there's 3 of them. I should stress that. I don't want to make him sound like he's a god and can just walk in and do anything he damn well pleases. But at this point, he's going to do whatever the hell he damn well pleases and keep Shyvana alive so she can pop up, run away. And he gives her the Time Warp, and they're out of there except for the Blitzcrank, who's giving somewhat of a chase, but doesn't manage to get anyone. And walks in here, no issues, transitioning right into a team fight, and Team Orbit just can't really do anything. And it's not, once again, I don't want to make him sound like he's a god, but the dynamic that he has with his team is one where they know when to go in because he's nearby, and even if he's not, they communicate so well outside of chat, obviously, that that when they're going to go in, Zilean pops Time Warp, runs up the lane, and is there in a flash, no issues. So basically, it's like and that mechanic that he has, you can pretty much assume that he can be in most places relatively quickly, giving him a sort of ever-present threat, I guess, would be.
Blue team has slain the dragon.
And I guess I should talk about myself more. I'm sorry, I'm new to the whole, I'm new to this whole sort of setup. Once again, I said I do Let's Plays, so I just get to play and do everything. Or I shoutcast, which means I have to talk about every single person and sort of, so focusing on one guy, it's an experiment for me, but the best way to get better at things is to obviously try them out, and so here's take number 1. Or episode number 1 of hopefully what will be a long-running show in which I can learn something and you can learn something, and it'll be fun. And Zilean goes back, buys an elixir of, I don't remember what that is, an elixir of brilliance, which is the ability power cooldown reduction elixir. Come back! And then which he's not popping it right away, because I believe... Hey. You are not who I want to focus on right now. Oh, excuse me. Which is, you know, for those key moments where, like, right before a team fight, he's going to pop that, or maybe even after the start of a team fight, he's going to pop that. And so he can deal a little extra damage, and have that cooldown reduction, so his ability... So that, plus his rewind, instantly sort of gives him a bigger kick. And talk about me. Once again, not used to, especially a live stream where you can't really stop. It's like the news, where they just don't stop talking ever. They're just like, and such and such was a terrible tragedy, and we're all sad. In other news, something very happy. And they just sort of switch, and I feel like I don't feel like I need to switch emotions that quickly, because that's just ridiculous, but I feel like I need to do that level of talking. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe I don't understand, or maybe I'm just a noob, which I fully admit that I am. And